Hello. I should arrange these on the front like this rather than the perspective, but I guess it doesn't really matter. Okay, so the story also mentioned there being some dead plants, so I think I'll do that as well. I want to have an ivy on the wall. Maybe that could be cool. I also need to change this, the box. I think I'll make like a more thin design for this. Like one of those white boxes or whatever with the white background and a glass surface. Kind of been difficult coming up with ideas because I think I'm just kind of burned out, but I can still manage. So I think I'll make a pot for a plant. I think I can just solidify this, although I do need a surface down here. Not that it really matters because it's not visible, so maybe that's a waste, so I'll just not do that. It's fine. Then something that looks like a plant at least, but it has to be like a dead plant, so I guess I should look up some reference for that. 1 second. Dead plant. Okay. Something like that. I think I'll begin with just curves for now. Path. I think Bezier might be better because it's gonna be more deliberate. with some depth so I can see where it is. This is fine, I think, and then I need to populate it with dead leaves, which look like that. Kind of folded, I think. Didn't mess with the mid-level of the displacement. And then make this smaller. Then global, so there's just variation based on position. Let's see if this works. Isn't there a modifier for Bezier curves where you can randomize it? Deform, maybe. It's not these, it was something else. I guess you can do it with geometry nodes, but I think this is okay for now. Speaking of geometry nodes, I guess I could distribute these leaves with it. Oh. I should have not made this here. 1 second. And oh. Let's move this out of the way. Distances on points. Okay. That's a lot. Check how to reduce this. Reduce per points in geometry nodes. Okay. Needs geometry. Alright. Oh. But then what? Let me check a video. If this is a curve, why would I need to convert it? Is this what I need to do? I think so, actually. Okay. Good, reduce it here. Also, I guess. How is this gonna look is the question. That's not bad, but I mean, it is definitely kind of sharp. make them smaller. Is there like multiple on one point? That's not supposed to happen. Use curve segments with geometry nodes. Yeah, I'm just getting different stuff than what I need. What if I resample this curve? But like, it doesn't... It's so odd though, because it is a curve, it's not a mesh, but it's regarding it as geometry for some reason. But like, if I do curve to mesh, that doesn't work. Then mesh to curve, even though it's already a curve. A bit odd. Yeah, I'm not really understanding it, but I will keep digging and try to find something. Segment. No, that's not it. Well, that's one thing, but then also there's multiple instances of leaves on each point for some reason, even though it's supposed to be just one per point. Is it because I have depth? Oh, that's odd. Okay. That is weird indeed. But I think I can still do this by using a curve profile. Was it this? No, that's not it. That's like curve circle. And then you need curve. Nope, it was some node.
Object, but in geonodes. So the standard way, if you know, let me just add a Bezier curve and press unmack it. Well, it's actually very simple. I'm going to press shift radius node after your group input, And then we need a curve to mesh node right after that. And then we need a profile shape. So let's do a circle curve circle.
That curve radius, curve to mesh. So like to resample this, but I don't know where to put this. There we go. That works. Okay. Maybe if I put it here, so we can have a bit more leaves, and make them a bit bigger. I would like it if these weren't affected though. I think there was a trim curve, so maybe this could help. So yeah, that works. Okay. Really rotate it. That's okay though. Have some of them kind of on the floor, I guess. Hold on. We have a resampled curve here though, but I guess you do need to put a lot of it in order for it to actually smooth out. So maybe I could just do it here. The visual side of things, and then I could have a different one for the amount of leaves I want to have. I just gotta tweak some stuff. Yeah. After this, I will try to make ivies on the wall and see how that goes. But just, I guess, repurpose this one and make a different type of a leaf. kind of want some of them to be long, like this, so it goes towards the screen. But yeah, I'll figure out what other plans I want to have. Does that become uniform? Okay. Let me look up some references for the IV. I guess if it's dead, then it wouldn't really have any leaves. It's mainly the actual roots of it, branches. This could be a cool addition, so I'll save these and try to make them. First off, let me maybe draw the curves. So take this and then not like that, like this. But I need to make sure that it sticks to this wall. So I'll just isolate this, and then let's see, surface. Yep. Okay, so that works. Now, I think to make this jumbled up, I need to have a set position node, and then in the offset I need to use the noise, but it's a bit hard to see where this is. So do I maybe need to convert this to a curve, or I mean a mesh? Curve to mesh, let's see. Maybe it's like too much for it. So maybe I need to reduce the noise. Could be going out of the screen. Yeah, see, it's right there now. For some reason it disappears when it's at like over 0. I don't know why. But if I do color, no, it's still the same. What if I clamp it? Nope. That's really odd. Okay, well, I mean, this works somewhat. So we'll just do that. Maybe resample the curve in here. But I guess I could just do it with the curve options as well. Because Ivy has more of a jagged pattern, I guess. And then it also has some call these small branches sticking out. I don't know what these are really. And then there's also these kind of thicker areas in the points, especially at like intersections. I'll maybe try and do that as well. I guess I don't need this then. Okay. So does this not work if I do this? No. Okay, what if I do the curve circle? Okay. Point 0.5. Okay. I guess I just draw. But this is also going over paintings for some reason. Let's see. Yeah, they're kind of like offset for some reason. Is this like a... That's odd. It almost looks invisible. Yeah, this is like a plane. I guess it's just not extruded that well. Yeah, okay. This. This has to be, I guess, bigger, like that. Now it should be okay. Okay, so this is like offset, which is kind of a problem. I don't like how it moves the entire thing. Something. It's like odd. So we're there. Maybe vector math. It's pretty good though. Just wish I could figure this offset problem. So though, distort curve notes. Maybe add noise to curve render geometry notes. Okay. I guess I could try mainly like these two nodes and also plug it into the position instead of offset. Add position to this. Put it here. Oh. Yep, that actually fixed it. Nice. Now I think, or did it fix it? Oh, it's still offset, so okay. What if this one subtract 5? It's definitely not what it's supposed to be doing. Alright, well, it's not the end of the world, I guess. I can still manage. Gotta use some of mental gymnastics. I do want some of them to go over the paintings. I think that could be cool. We gotta fix the wall because it is not correct. View projection. I'm starting to like how this is looking. Just gotta give some texture to this. And also to that. Just basically black. And then this one is more of a desaturated bronze, I guess. So I should really organize this. Okay. Let's check how this looks. I'll just start with the base color. Just this one. Okay, so Wait. Oh, there we go. So that's kind of the look that it has. Shouldn't be reflective at all, it should be like rough. And then I guess maybe some distorted noise would work. So if I something like this, somewhere around that point. And then bump, height. Now it's too extreme, but I'll turn it down. Maybe turn up the detail a little bit, although this won't really be visible all that much, so there's no point in turning up the details. I just gotta get the general look of it correctly. Okay, and now the pot itself. And up, slightly down. Just maybe I should move this over here. Okay, so obviously the lighting is a bit dark right now. That much. Right now the leaves look a bit like green. They're not supposed to. So let's put this like here. And now it looks more like a dead plant. Yep. One of the light sources are a bit too sharp. So it's maybe that one. Okay. But that one's for like the shadow of this thing going down. Okay. think I'll also make the ivy go over the main painting. Let's see. That'd be cool for more of a three-dimensional feel, I guess, maybe. Make sure it's not clipping. Alright, let me try an ambient light, maybe. See how that looks. I guess area. And then this up. Okay. Pretty cool too. Just thinking if it's too dark or if it isn't. Thinking if I should make it a bit brighter, maybe. But also could be good for it to not be too bright. Well, that's most likely like the goal in any backdrop I do for Creepcast, so that it's not brighter than the text is, so that the text can pop out more and not be kind of distracted, or like the background shouldn't be distracting from the text. Try maybe to turn up the radius on the ivy. But also turn down the distortion a bit. Okay. I mean, it's getting there. Thinking if I should add like branches as shadows, maybe. Also, I could just import an image, mesh, visuals, something like, I guess maybe that. Next. A bit hard to do that, but I'll test it anyway. It's harder to do when the shadows are soft. Hello. Also, I changed the chat. So, oh, what the hell? Did it just disappear? Okay, the chat is definitely broken. One sec. There you go. Let me just add a bit more width to it. I don't know why it's on the right side instead of the left side. I could just check that real quick. Let me just to this. Box. Sure if that's even a possibility to change. I love what you did with the wallpaper, by the way. Thank you. I used the built-in Voronoi texture and then kind of deformed it. I had this disabled. Save settings. Okay. The messages should not disappear now. Hopefully. So I'll just need to kind of move it to the left side a bit. Alright, so now basic compositions basically there. Now I just need to change some stuff in terms of how they look, like this one in the foreground, the box. I need to make a different box for that. Like how are you feeling about the overall composition? I think it looks great. I like the background. I just need to work on the foreground a little bit. But yeah, overall it's good. It will look even better once I get it into the post-processing program, compositing program. Some tweaks to the lighting could be needed, but overall this is good. Yeah. I'll check how this will look like. So then I kind of wanted it to have like glass in front. A lot of the final touches are made in post. It would be interesting to see you work on the piece in something like Photoshop. I find it fascinating to observe people's creative processes. Yeah, I don't really use Photoshop. I use mainly DaVinci Resolve. Very rarely After Effects. I used to use a lot of After Effects back in the day. Well, actually a couple of months ago is when I stopped using it. So I just switched to DaVinci now. which is better, I think, for my workflow. That's where I do all this stuff. Photoshop is the one that came to mind, yeah. And I guess if you work mainly on photos, yeah. Although I just use video editing programs for photos as well, just because I'm used to them. Yeah, let me just do this. Okay, turn off shadow, and it's the IOR. Okay, and then I can also use, is that a caterpillar? Yeah, supposed to be. But we also limit the textures so it doesn't go overboard. About 12 is usually fine. Pretty good, I would say. Then, okay, let me just, or I guess maybe I could, now if I join them, then the bevel modifier is going to be also applied on the glass, so take it that this caterpillar display is supposed to be a miniature insect terrarium of some sort. I have always found these kinds of things a little creepy, but also fascinating. Yeah, especially the ones with spiders and scorpions. Yeah, they are kinda creepy, but also kinda cool. Check how this looks. And also let me delete this one. Clearly, we need some light here. And delete these ones. Still thinking like if I should have this closer to the camera or if I should move it somewhere. So the caterpillar is supposed to be parented to this. And then light source. Down. Having it closer to the camera would greatly increase the visibility. I assume this thing is supposed to be clearly visible in the shot. Yeah. Guess I'll just try and see what works. Potential spoiler territory, but is the caterpillar an integrated important part of the story? Not necessarily. It's just one of the descriptive qualities of the room. I think I'll make some of the paintings kind of like tilted. Oh, hold on. duplicate this here. Then I need to also put this guy in there. Did I have this? Okay, it's on this cylinder. Okay. Probably gonna need another object to parent this to. So let's do cube empty. Okay. And then just select the hierarchy. Transfer it. Didn't work. Cube transform. Yeah, that works. Oh, but now the... Okay, right. I shouldn't do these, I think. I think I should just do it like this. Okay, not quite. But even this isn't working, so... That's odd. That works. Okay, let me just check what I have here exactly. So I have these parented to the head. Yep. And then the head itself is parented to that. So that means I should just parent that to here instead. Right? And then I can rotate that and stuff, but I also want to rotate the whole thing, so that means maybe parent the hooks, like these things, to this box. Yeah, so that works. And then I guess I could parent the box to this cylinder. So I wanted to make it kind of like this. Tilting some of the paintings adds to realism, no matter how the paintings were initially mounted on the wall. Yeah, just in general, imperfectionism is like one of the main rules to realism. Probably need to make this a bit longer. And I need to this different over here, like rotate the texture a bit. Don't want it to be too bright though, just like enough for it to be visible. Got to go make some breakfast. Alright. Starting to look more lively. Good afternoon, Georgie. Hello, Nathan. Welcome. I should fix my chat at some point. And also this should not be going over the music over there. That works for now. I like the box over here. I'm just thinking of this table, what to do with it. I'm not sure if I like it or not. This could be like a drawer instead, or something like that. So I should probably be viewing this in Rec 709 and not sRGB, because I work in Rec 709. sRGB is just like a bit more dark, comparably. And I wanted to maybe add some variation to the color here on this frame. Some parts of it could be darker maybe. So I have them on kind of like one material right now. Not sure how that's going to translate, but I will check it anyway. Let's see, maybe object. Okay. Detail. Right, let's try. I'm going to try to have this be both like a bump and also a color change. So let's try take this out. Bye. Another bump. Connect this here. Connect this in here. Not sure if the bump is doing much. I guess like stuff like this. Although that's not that great. I think that's more of a color change, if anything. Turn down the detail. A bit more visible, I would say. Let's see if I invert it, if that's any better. And on this here. It's a bit better. I think I'll add a bit more to this ivy. Be right back, real quick. That was the wrong button. I forgot which one it is. This one. Yep. Hello. And I want some of the ivy to go on the ground, like that. I like this type of line composition because the perspective is more interesting that way when these are going towards the camera. Just gotta make sure they are not floating. Yeah, that's good. I'll just make them a bit darker. Perhaps give this some dirt. I guess I could just use a plane and then subdivide it. Okay, let's change this table to a desk, maybe. drawer rather, not a desk. Okay, just do bevel or how to go about this one. Maybe like do an insert so that the borders are gonna be darker than the inside part. And push it inwards a little bit. That works, I think. Okay, and then I'll just add some simple imperfections. Yeah, like those. Okay. It's very cool. Probably gonna change the colors a little bit later on. Alright. So now let's organize this. So the environment should be off in this one. Then obviously this has to be transparent. And then we need another layer. I'll just do, I guess, blank, but also let me check where these are. Just making sure there's no light sources that are for the environment that I'm supposed to be keeping in mind. Doesn't seem like it, so let's do blank. Let's move this one to the room. I guess, wait, this one is actually for the environment. These are for the room. Alright, and then turn this on. Then I'm just gonna use this as a holdout for this. Just a random gap, that's fine. But I can also just do this. So that is the area that's going to be rendered for the background, or rather the painting. Now this is transparent though, so I think I will need to render an environment pass as well for this, so that then I can add the environment back in, because this is how it's supposed to look with the sky. It's like you can see the stars and the gradient, but if it's transparent, then that's not there. And that's why I need to enable the environment pass, which is somewhere there, because that's going to give me this back. So now we will do like a test composition of the rendered layers. Let's see. Manager, that's fine. So passes. We don't need the Z depth for any of these, neither the denoising data. Environment is going to be on here. I'm going to also name these layers. So painting, and then room, make this transparent. Let's start with this for now. Next, compositing. XR. Then let's create the notes. Now I will just render both of them. Make sure this is disabled and just render, I guess. Let's turn on the display capture so you can see what I'm seeing. It's gonna take a bit for it to like load in some stuff. Then after that, I guess I could just do effects and grading just to have it ready, and then I can render the animation out. Yeah, I could do that. So just gonna wait for this to render. Then we'll go to DaVinci, we do some effects there. We come back here and then render the animation. Then just put that in DaVinci and it's basically gonna be done. Ready to be shipped to Creepcast. I'll randomize those plants a little bit more. Let's just test this out first. So we got this one and this one, and we should also have the environment cache. Yep. Okay, so now let me take this image. I think the bottom one is the one that's on top. Yeah, so like that. And then we just take this one, put it here, and now it's there. Bada bing, bada boom. Now I just need to add the painting look to this. I should probably separate this here, image, like that, viewer node, and then turn this off. Backdrop, where was it here? Okay. Nice. Let's check. That looks nice. So I think I'll just do that. And another thing that I need to do went blank right now. Forgot what I was going to say. So these are kind of floating, so I'll fix those. I will randomize these a bit more so they don't look the same, because these look the same. And then this looks okay. Maybe I can add some more roughness to it, perhaps, on the actual surface here. That one's also floating. Right. I wanted to render the animation itself on half frame rate and then kind of stretch it to 30. But I guess that doesn't necessarily matter when it comes to frames, because even if I change the FPS here, the frames are still going to be the same. It's just going to play back slower. So I can just, this is kind of flexible. So I'll just input the frame rate later on in DaVinci. So let's fix those things that I mentioned in the room layer. So we got the plants here. Just want to make this kind of like a different variant of it. So duplicate that, put these in a collection, dev plant beef. Okay. It's like deform it in a different way. Get like smaller. Then, I don't know, rotate it a little bit. As long as it's just a different looking asset, it's good. And then we go back to this. Instead of using just a single object, we just need to use the collection. And plug this into it. Take instance, reset these. Now it's using both of those separately, just like randomly doing it. And then rotation wise, maybe I could put this on like full rotation. Potted plant, yeah. This one we also do. Okay. And these whites are gonna need to go down a little bit. Legend in the making. Wouldn't go that far. Spectrum is going to be the top 3 for Creepcast. Maybe, I don't know. It is subject to though. Some people like other stuff, depending on what it is. I guess the consistent way of judging it would be objectively, like fundamentally. What's your day been, Georgie? Very good. Just woke up, watched some videos of people playing Abiotic Factor, ate some food, and now I'm here. I just really dig this particular aesthetic. Yeah, it's fine. Glad you like it. I'm just saying, like, in general, it's more random, inconsistent with how people like things. Because, like, for example, the Tiki Toby backdrop, there's people that loved it, and then there's people that hated it because it was distracting, and I understand that. Since then, I've been basically trying to adapt to more readability in terms of like the people looking at the text while they watch the videos. So that takes priority, which is why I make the backdrops kind of either dark or clipped in highlights so that the white area in the backdrop isn't brighter than the text is. The Biotic Factor grind is real. Dude, I have like 80 hours in a week. It's okay, it is real. Okay, so we make this a bit darker, perhaps, and also rough. Fix these up. It is slightly scuffed, but I can make it work anyway. Fix these shadows primarily, and that's it. Okay, and then let's see what can I do here. You can see how the Tiki-Toby backdrop should be distracting to those who are trying to only read the story, like deaf people, for example. Yeah. Yeah, there's supposed to be a shadow here. No wonder it looked different. I guess maybe it's in the environment thing here. Yeah, there it is. What else do I have here that isn't supposed to be there? Let's see. I'm gonna select everything. Okay. Seems like just this one. Click that to the room, and then disable it. Yep, that's better. Okay, let's try to re-render this now. So I'm not a big fan of the Ivy right now, but I'll just check how it will look after I'm done with the other effects and stuff. Okay. So now let's do it this frame as well as here. Then what I will do, I guess since I am adding this paint early effect to this, then I should probably just put this directly into the rendered slot, so that I just rendered this out rather than like this image separately and then the environment separately, because I need the effect together. I thought that was a tree branch, not ivy. Yeah, it does look like a tree branch, so I'll just mess around with it a bit more, I think. Okay, so delete this. I might as well just use regular OpenXR and not multi-layer. This can be RGB, that's fine. And then this one has to be RGBA because it's transparent in here. This, just to make sure this is rendering in the proper color space. And that's it for this setup. Now I'll just render the first frame. And then we'll just go to DaVinci. Is the stream preview always a shot of Mario running into the battlefield? Because it's a painting. It's like a related to the story of this. I don't like how sharp the shadow is here, actually. So I'll fix that. Okay. Hold on. I think... Yeah, this isn't being rendered properly, this shadow. That's interesting. I probably have something that is turned off in the render. This, right. Okay, turn that off. And then, what else can we do? Right, the shadow. Is it from this one? Yeah. Okay, so let's turn up the radius a bit. Still looking sharp though, so maybe it's something else. Maybe this one? Oh. Hey. Oh, it's this. Yeah, that was the one that I was working on. But I guess... Notice it. Okay, there we go. That's better. Yep. Pretty good. Okay, so now let's render it. Just realized I have the denoising turned on. It's fine for now, but I think for the final render I'll just turn that off. I think, well, maybe some of it is actually fine, but usually a lot of detail gets lost. There are some fireflies in here, but I could use DaVinci's denoising. I feel like if I just add a little bit of blur, which I usually do anyway, it should be okay. I'll check. But anyway, I'll just do some effects now, and grading and stuff like that. Let's do that. Yeah, this is the one. Okay, so we don't need these two. I'll rename them later though, because this is going to be a bit confusing. So here's one, here's two. Then right now it looks dark because you need to transform the color, kind of translate it, I guess you could say. Asus CG2 Rec 709. Back. As long as the details on the main painting frame are still visible, I think a bit of blur would not hurt. Yeah, no. The denoiser in Blender is good, but also just sometimes isn't the good thing to do because it smudges a lot of detail. Let me actually just do basics first. Start with a vignette, because why not? Saturation. None of them really look that interesting to me right now, but I can do it on my own. I will try to tint it a bit to maybe greenish color. I experiment a little bit, see what works. Very subtle, that's for sure. After this, though, we need emboss over. Okay. Then let's see. Let's also do some halation. try Gaussian blur, and then put this into a lighten. Okay. Then just this. Blurring footage, and then putting it on like a lighten mode usually helps with the dreamy look, or ethereal kind of. Us. Let's do some directional. If you were to make a centerpiece painting animated, how would you go about doing that? What kind of program would you use? I mean, I already animated it. If you check here, painting. I can't really preview it that well there, but yeah. Yeah, maybe. That's great. Right, so let's put this vignette up a bit more. And here I was gonna do directional with brushed darker areas. Turn this up, stylized, and then put this on, I guess, add. Maybe not add, actually. What else do we have? Screen here. Yeah, there you go. Still a little too saturated though. And let's go to key here. It's down. Slightly hard to do this for some reason. This once more. Usually I do this trick to kind of have a dirty lens type look. I think I'll also add some film grain as well. This a bit darker, I think. Let's adjust the feathering of this. Maybe I could add like some light rays to this, perhaps. I guess I could put it here. Kind of like just going out of the painting. I'm not sure if that would fit, but I'll just check it out. Okay, so very like faint. Do you prefer more or less vignette? I mean, depends on the composition and the image itself. For this one, I don't know actually. Maybe it's just enough for it to still be visible, like the pieces that I have here. Like it is dark, but you can still see them. Okay, this is probably not a good idea. The answer, let's see. I don't want them highlights. I also need to add some chromatic aberration to this. So I delete this one. Lens distortion 0. This off. So kind of believe my eyes at the centerpiece painting frame. It is incredibly visually striking. Glad to hear it. I think maybe I'll make the floor slightly brighter than this. And I think maybe I will add some rim lights, like for the paintings. And also gonna fix the ivy. Could also add some rim lights to the box over here on the right side. Right, back to Blender. That's a nice gradient to have, I think. Do you have a slightly lighter color for the vines that could work? Yeah, I could try. Like this, maybe. Okay. Let's try lights for these guys. We're gonna have to use a light link for this. So let's see. I don't have these actually. It's in the plant collection, which, well, it's not supposed to be, but it is there. Okay, so let me just select this and the light source, light blinking, do that, and then just turn it up. I mean, I think it's better. Let's see what else we can do. Right, the floor. Okay, I'll just try this, see what it does. Positing, let's see. This, and also actually, let's disable the denoising. See how this goes. And put this on 0.03. Kind of insect is the one behind the caterpillar. It's what it said. It's like an arachnid with a bluish body that also looked like a crab. I should have just rendered the room, but I guess this is okay. Alright, so let's go back to DaVinci. See how this looks now. Just dim my room because I can't see otherwise. I put this on sRGB, just curious. That is definitely better, I think. I reckon so, it looks though. Okay. The one I found, the spider crab one, was like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's why I went with that, but I could add another one, yeah. Crabs often lose their limbs when fighting other crabs. Oh, yeah, that would make sense then. I want to just turn down the gain a little bit more, because I think that area is a bit too bright. Pretty good. Let me just grab a screenshot and send this to Creepcast. Sport, backdrops, painting. Maybe. A lot of crab species have a remarkable ability to regenerate limbs, whereas spiders usually don't do that. Okay. Typically, though, arachnids, scorpions, and crabs have 8 limbs. I see. Actually, want to try to get a pet crab or an aquarium, but my apartment is really small, so I have no space for it. That sucks. I don't know if I've ever seen anyone have like a pet crab. Okay. Now I think I'll just render out the animation. Just do that. Call this painting animated. Alright. What kind of pets would you like to get if you did not have any restrictions at all? Just a cat, to be honest. But also, I don't want to get a cat at the moment because I don't think I would be able to take care of it right now. But in the future, yeah. So, animation. Okay, I'm just gonna render this now. See how it goes. Also, I still don't know how to like not use the output here and just use this one from the nodes, because whenever I render an animation, it also renders wherever you have this set as an output. So I'm not sure if that is possible to just turn off. There is like, well, it says post-processing, like sequencer and compositing. I thought this was that one, but I don't think it worked. Process the render and composited result through the video sequencer. Okay, so that's for video editing. So that's something else. Alright. Usually what I do though is just like delete the path, so then it uses the default path of like temporary files, and then I just delete it from there. Okay, so I can just render this now. This will take a bit. Let's see how many seconds it takes. 9 seconds per frame. So that means times 80 frames divided by 60. I guess 12 minutes if the math is correct. That's painting. Double check if this is working. Yep. That's good. Anyways, how are you guys doing? Getting here. Just fine, ate some breakfast earlier, feeling pretty good. The weather is great, so I opened all the windows to let some fresh air in. Nice. Yeah, the weather is pretty good here too. Pretty sunny. Doing good. I'm just glad I can finish this in time and not, you know, crunch the time like I had to do with the last 2 wrap drops. It's not the best thing ever that I made, but I mean, it's good. I don't know, I might change some stuff later on if I think of anything. I'm not sure though. I also have to wait for the producer to tell me if there's anything that I have to change. If not, then good. It is fun to have my job though, I think, because I basically decide when I want to work, and the stuff that I work on is also fun to do. So I'm glad I have a job like this. I think you need to branch out more. You clearly know what you are doing, so there will be a lot of people interested in working with you. Yeah. Not sure about doing that right now, specifically. But I think right now I'm kind of trying to build my portfolio with these backdrops. Like if I go to my card here, I got all of them listed. So I kind of just want to have this scroll bar go down for a long time. Like I want to basically fill this up, the whole thing. It's gonna be fun to see how many of them are gonna be here after like a year. And then I can make like that sort of a compilation video or whatever, showing them off. But yeah, that's fun. Just collecting pieces. Thank you. But yeah, in the future, I'll either do that or I will just work on my personal projects. I want to make an animated short film at least at some point. It's gonna be fun. Play there. 6 more minutes approximately. Have you decided on what direction this animated film would go? And will it be horror related or something else? I don't think it's gonna be horror. I think it's gonna be kind of like, I don't know if you've seen The Wild Robot, for example, where it's like a robot in nature. Kind of like a contrast between tech and biology. But I want to do something with robots, something like that maybe, or more dystopian. I don't know, there's a lot of things that I could do. Ian Hubert does some cool stuff, for example, with robotic stuff. I like his style. Wild Robot is one of the few good animated movies in recent history, but it got some success. Yeah, it was really good. I went to see it with a friend in the cinema. It was fun. I have not been to the cinema in years. That's understandable. I wouldn't have gone to a cinema if not for my friend. So the camera is shaking because sometimes I hit my leg to the desk and then it like wobbles. There's not an earthquake going on, just to make sure that's clear. But yeah, I usually watch movies on my own unless somebody wants to go see it together. "67 frames out of 80. Since COVID in 2019, I could have not really visited cinema. I saved up money for a similar, or for a white, oh fuck, I can't read because it's like a small text, for a while, and bought a big TV instead. Yeah, I mean, that's fun. I think it's even better, in my opinion, to have your own small, like, theater, I guess. Because I don't know about you, but in here, the cinemas don't really have that good of a sound quality, or at least sound mixing. So it's just like too loud, and sometimes it's muffled, and I don't know. It's not easy to have it perfect, I guess, compared to your own kind of space at home. Bit more frames for 3. 28, 79, 80. I pirate movies a lot, so I just download them onto a USB flash drive and put it in my TV. That's cool that some TVs can actually read off of a USB, but I guess even older TVs could do that, I think. Okay, let's go back here. Okay, I forgot to set the frame rate. Great. Let's just do that now. Format 30 FPS. Create. But then again, I mean, the animation is gonna be half of this, because I want the painting to have kind of a lower frame rate, and there's nothing else that's moving. So I guess I'll just do like... Wait, I can't even pick 15? Okay, great. Can I not like pick a custom frame rate? I guess I could just use like posterize time effect. Do you know why older 2D animation was usually in 24 FPS? Well, it's not just animation, it's also films. 24 FPS is just the standard, basically. That's all there is to it. As far as I am aware, at least. Okay. So okay. Now, can I make a compound clip out of this? So, painting. And then I just split change 50 or 15 FPS. Can I also just do it like that? Yep. Okay, cool. Just have to check this with without the other effects, because I can't preview it properly. Just this. Pretty cool. Okay, so now I will just render this out. Forgot which one is the correct one here. I'll try this one. I can already see the comments under the video. Is the painting moving or am I tripping? Yeah. Keep them guessing, I guess. I need to test this in Premiere and see if it looks the same or not. Because Premiere is weird. You need to have specific settings, or else your footage just looks different. Yep, that's good. Okay, so now let me just I didn't do here last time. Alright, I had different layers for that, but this one is just one layer, so I don't really have to make a sequence this time. Because in this one I had like the jellyfish layer here, for example, and then the big fin squid here, just kind of appearing occasionally. And then that was used this like as a single layer below the text. Okay, so I guess that's it, but I will render this out first and send it to Cripcast to see if they like it or not. So let's do before. Yep. Video, I'm pretty sure. And then just render. Yeah, I mean the tree swaying is like super subtle. Thinking if I should make the painting effect, like painterly effect, a bit stronger or not, but I'll just see what they think first. Yeah. Alright, well, I guess I'm done for now, at least. I don't know. I'm not gonna be able to know the answer until later because they are most likely sleeping right now. It's probably like, I think 3 AM over there, if I'm not mistaken. So, you need to ask the producers. Yep, I always do. Well, I have it packaged, so it's great for now. Drive to here. Yeah, I think it looks pretty good. I mean, all things considered, it worked well as a backdrop. I will also send them this image just so that they know the text looks good. Let's do that. Preview. for now. Yep, I'll just save everything and maybe upload this as well, just to have it ready. And that's it. Thanks for the stream. Thank you for watching. I'll just upload this now on the drive. And the stream right after. Okay. It was a fun one, I think. It is definitely better when I have at least 3 days in advance. Definitely helps time-wise. Okay. Just make a folder. Yeah, I wonder what the next week is gonna be like, because I kind of want to do kind of like bigger backdrops in terms of scale, like the environmental scale. I don't know, I just want to do something like trippy, but also grandiose, I guess, like eye-catching. That would be fun. Are we? I think the chat is broken here, so I might as well fix it. There we go. Thank you for watching, and I will be back next week, hopefully, unless I'm gonna have to make a backdrop as fast as I possibly can. In that case, I won't be able to stream, because that would take away my attention, which means I would take longer to make stuff. But I enjoy streaming, and I like that people enjoy watching them. So yeah, but mainly this is for documenting the work, and so that people can like see how I do these things, because maybe they are interested in doing it themselves, to see how hard it is, etc. So yeah, thank you for watching, and see you next week, hopefully.